Thank you for joining me today in this video. I want to open us in prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts for the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. Help us to worship you in spirit and in truth, and let our hearts be filled with joy and thanksgiving. We give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. That ending is from Psalm 107:1. Today, I wanted to try something that I saw from YouTube the other day. A young girl named Tara Young, and her YouTube channel is Scribe Vibes, did this really cool thing with layering envelopes. And so I searched through my junk mail, which I'm always talking to y'all about keeping junk mail, and I don't know, let's see, this might work. So basically, this piece of junk mail that came, but it's a really nice, strong cardstock. And so it would open this way, and I was saving it to make anything out of it. And then when I saw hers, I really liked it. So you would, from the front, it's going to be covered, and then you would open it, and then she has these like cascading envelopes. And let's see, no, I think this one's I think I put them on the wrong side. The larger one on the bottom, then that one on this top. So I just folded them. I was just playing around folding them. Let's see, that one's a little bit shorter, and then that one would go here. So that's what I'm thinking would be fun to make. So that's how it would work. So I'm going to trim those down. They're just going to be folded. And then you would have, so some of these are open in different spots. I have to sit here and play around with them. I just wanted to do the idea. So hopefully that explains my idea. And the kit that I want to use is my Christian Blue Dahlia kit with all of the gorgeous Christian pictures that I have in them. Yeah, I'll get to them yet. Here we go. Come up to my, okay, whatever. I've got the wrong things in front of me. There, with the cross and things like that. It's a huge stack of papers. So I've got the cross, I've got a picture of Jesus. And I don't know what the focus will be yet. I have to think that one through. But I've got lots of gorgeous things to choose. And then in that kit, I also include just the pictures that you can just use these and some tags. So let's play around on camera. We'll see how long this takes me to do. Okay, that works like that. Let's start with this one. I don't need all of this, so I'm going to trim that back. I only need a little bit. Could we save that? I guess I could save it. So it will be, that's what I'm thinking of for that. And it would close there. Now, no, that won't work. So the opening has to be on the inside or from the top. That one's ready. This one, we're going to trim this off same way. This is just an idea. I hope it works on camera. And I'll trim all these back. I like the smaller window like that, and I don't have this open at all. What if I opened that part? I think that would be better to have an opening on the top. So let's do that. Let me switch glasses. Okay, I'm just going to trim just a slight bit off of there, which means I need to just glue that. Let's get the glue out. Start gluing. I think I'll use my Pritt. This goes. I love watching YouTube. Oh, I don't want that sealed. Diane, that's not going to work. Okay, I just glued it wrong. It's not what I meant to do. Well, I'm going to have to trim it more then because I can't take the glue off of this. See, this is why things are not always perfect on camera. That actually works better. And of course, if I would trim it straight would be even better. So let's get this over here. Get it lined up. There. Now, this will open from this direction and it will be folded there. That one's done. That one is ready. And this, I think I need to open them both from the top because I think it'll be too hard to do it this way. So what about if, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll trim this back on the back and then I'll fold the top over. And I think that will give me enough to have a nice pocket. And then let's do that. We'll trim, we'll just fold. I'm just doing great here. I meant fold this way, not on top of it. Okay. See, I don't like people to see that I don't always know what I'm doing. So typically I will do that off camera. Let's close this up. I don't need this little piece in there because that will just stop anything from being inserted. Let's close this section just a tad on that. Oh. Okay. There. So we've got that closed. It will be open from the top. Maybe I don't want that fold at all because I'm going to end up putting paper and covering it. So I think I'll just trim it all off. Again, hopefully this one's straight. No, of course not. My eyes are working crooked this morning. Hopefully when I'm done and you see what this looks like, you will be inspired to keep your junk mail envelopes. I heard people talk about it for a long time before I ever started doing it, and now every time I go to the mailbox, I get very excited, like, oh, what's this? And obviously I get a lot of these folded cardboard things. I don't know why I get so much. I like that I made this narrow. I think I'm going to do the same thing, and then we will, how about if we do like that? Did that do anything? First, let's trim this. We know I don't need very much as a hinge. And then we're going to trim that. This time I'll just go directly to the cutter instead of my eye. Let's cut quite a bit. Let me make sure that I've got it all lined up. And that will be open on the top. Yes, okay. This is coming together. And then this one, see, it's open this way, but again, I don't think that works. So the first thing is to trim the back. Got that there. And it's about the same. They don't have to match. I wasn't matching them. Obviously, they're different windows, and that's why I liked the envelopes that I chose. I think we will seal this, seal the side, and then we'll trim the top. So the side is done, and now let's just trim. Again, we'll trim this down. I think we'll go to, let's see, that's 3 inches. Let's see. Let's do 3.5. 3.5. Let's do 3.5. Now, if you go watch, there will be a link in this description of this video to watch hers. She did this idea on the front of a journal, and it was awesome. So it was just one page, and then she had envelopes coming from both sides on it and overlapping. And as I said, I just wanted to use this piece of junk mail. So that's why I thought this would be a fun thing to do. Okay, I'm liking that. Next step would be to glue all of the envelopes. So we'll flip the whole thing over. They're going to go like that. This goes there, and this goes here. I think I'm going to use my glitter glue. I think it'll be a little bit stronger. And this is open, so we'll close that up so that it's a good seal. And then we'll put plenty of glue on here. That one's done. I love using the window envelopes because if you have really cool designs on your paper that you're using, it's a little sneak peek. It's just an added layer of interest that is just really fun. Hopefully I'm not going to be upset that I have that thick when I lay the paper over. We'll see, we'll learn. It's a learning experience. Now I'll come over here, seal that up. And I love collaging envelopes. And we are in business. Yes. Well, that's kind of fun, huh? And I like that one's higher, one's lower. I deliberately did not match them. There was a method to my madness. Again, you'll hear me talk about this a lot because I always talk about the beauty of art is, and why collage is so much fun, is you're directing the eye, and that's what a good artist does in any medium, is their movement so that your eye comes in and looks. Where does it look? Does it go around the page? But if you throw a bunch of stuff on a page and none of it's connected, then your eye gets weary, kind of, and doesn't know where to look, which then is not a good thing. I think I want to start on the outside. Let's do the outside. So you would see this will be our front cover. Let's figure out what we want to put on the front cover. Out of my huge stash of papers over here. And it might, now, the one thing that I do when I make my digital kits, I do collaging already done for you. In my kits, I've collaged a lot of interesting, fun things on most of my pages. And so you can add some additional, but a lot of times you don't have to add anything. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. That would be, oh, we could make this about the dove of peace, but I'm already doing a peace study. Okay. What other pieces? Let me go get a full piece. Let's move the ephemera off. Let me get a full piece for that page. And I did this kit. There's horizontal and vertical. Let me go to get the horizontal pages because they might just fit on there perfectly. Let's see, do they? I guess I should have thought of that before I decided to just leave that the way it was, huh? Because my half sheet papers would need to be edged, so I would have to collage. That means I'll just go back and trim it. That would be much smarter. Instead of trying to maneuver the paper, it would be much easier just to have it ready. Let's use the big guillotine this time. So what I'll do is I'm going to make this not as tall, the first cut, and luckily I left some space at the bottom, didn't I? So, oh, can't go that far. Can only go as far as I have the envelope. So how much can we get off? That took some off. That will help. I could always re-glue this one, or just make it right at the edge. Let's see. Let's take just that little bit off. Might make it work perfectly. Let's see. Now let's see what happens. Yes. Okay, that was smarter. So then there's a tip. If you have papers that are horizontal, you want to make sure that you don't have it quite as tall unless you're going to use the vertical papers. So what size did we end up making this? So this ended up being 8 1/4, which is good. That works just like that. So we've got the praying hands on that sheet. I love the woman praying, and I love this one. Of course, it's not going to be. Oh, we'll have to go into the edge. Oh, okay. So the next step, which I should have done, but I did not do. Back to the big guillotine. I need to trim these pages because I'm trying to line them up, but I didn't trim off all the edge. My printer, which I adore and love and recommend, is an Epson EcoTank, but it does not print to the very edge of the page, so there's always a little white border. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video for a second, and I'm going to trim out all my pages and then come back because you don't need to see me do this. All the paper's trimmed, and I've thought this through. As I mentioned, this kit, I have vertical papers, so that the design is actually larger, and then I've got the horizontal. So you can see the difference in the size. This is the horizontal. And I'm trying it on, so I'm auditioning that. And that looks nice, but look at this. When I use the vertical and get the much larger cross, that is so much more powerful. I'm really thinking that that vertical might be the way to go. So let's look at the other verticals that I have and try them out. So the cross is a real possibility. I did a smaller little piece with that, so I don't want to do that on there. I love the woman praying. I have a feeling that this is going to be about praying. I have a couple kits on prayer, but prayer is, that's a noun, right? Prayer, yes. Praying is a verb, and that's an action. And oh wow, look at that. Is that not stunning? This is going to be tough. So I think I'm going to make this about praying. Taking all of my cares, my worries, my challenges directly to God. Now I can pull that down there a little bit more. Get more of the butterfly in. Oh, I think that might be even the best because I love how she's looking that way. I'm not going to try on 20 more pages. I'm going to use that one. And I think what I'll do is I will wrap it around the back. Yes, and then I'll just put a smaller piece here. Isn't that stunning? I just love this kit. I love the designs. It just all came together. Let's glue it up really, really good. Let's get it centered. Let me move some of these papers. Let's get it centered to where I want her. So I think we were going to come down to putting her close to the bottom. Yes, it gives us more of the butterfly. Yes, this will be about praying, which will give me some time to focus on my prayer life for a little bit and think that through. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I don't want to really bend it at this moment because the glue is still wet. So let's glue this more than I had it. And then we'll trim it. Hopefully my hand will work today. It's a continuing theme of mine is my carpal tunnel on this, my right hand. I basically took off yesterday and did nothing that had to do with that hand. I just had a quiet Sabbath day and decided to read, hang out with my puppy dogs, and relax. And that helps. I mean, it definitely helps my... Oh, there's a piece of glue left from when this came to me. Huh. Oh, that was in spot. Okay, now let's gently bend this. And we'll see how that goes. Isn't that stunning? Oh my goodness. I love junk mail. It gets me all inspired. That is beautiful. Okay, what are we going to do on the back? Let's open it back up. Now the pieces that I trimmed off. Look, we could do that. I don't like that on there like that, but I do like the little piece. Oh, let's see, is it deep enough? It actually is. And then I could just trim another piece. Let's just use the edges. So that's really getting me a good, I didn't waste, well, I never waste any of my scrapbook paper ever because I keep all the little pieces. My girlfriend Denise just did something really cute the other day. She took all the little strips and she wove it together and made a background. It came out so nice. Yes, look how nice that looks. And do I have another piece? I had some pieces sitting here. Let's see. From when I cut up some of these pages the other day. I thought I had some pieces. Let's see. No, that's not it. We've got that. And we could do that piece. Then you come to the place where you don't want to cut up these gorgeous designs for a little strip. That's what happens, but we'll see. Oh, here's a piece. I knew I had another piece. So let's see, can we, here, we could do that. That's not gonna work because it's gonna take off the part of the dove. Let's do it this way and then just do one little piece there. Yes, that works. Collaging is like doing puzzles, right? It's fitting pieces together in a pleasing. Sorry about that phone call. It wasn't important anyway. I don't like robo dialers. Oh, some bank has got me on their robo dial and they call me. I can predict every morning and every afternoon. And I've tried that technique where you call and say something and hang up. That didn't work. I don't know how to get out of the robocall. That piece fit in there. Turn it over. And I don't want to trim my envelopes, so let's try trying to trim the edges. See, we've got some more fun pieces to play with. Let's go back. Oh, it's gorgeous. I love all these blues, and they're bold, just like our prayer life should be. It's really good. Put a really good crease on there. This is stunning. Oh, I'm happy this morning. I'm happy. Now we're going to pull these open. So I have a topic now. As I said, my topic is praying. So are we going to use the tall ones? Well, praying is about the Bible, the Christian Bible. That's a good one with the praying hands. This is a good one too. I love that picture of the praying hands and the flower. Let's look at, I don't need praying hands on both sides. We could use the Bible, which would fit about right there. And then another praying person. And then, of course, this is going to come over on top, and we're going to have something totally different on there. Okay, so I think I need to stop for a second and think this through. These would be great inside pages. And then I have to think about, what do I want to do in my envelopes? So I want the envelopes to be interesting on the outside. And I want what's showing through these windows to either be words about praying, right? Or pictures. So if I use those two that I'm thinking of, let's set those here for a second and go back to what am I going to stick into the envelopes. Maybe that will help my decision. And let's look at what I have. I have tags, but these are vertical and this is going horizontal. So these won't work. None of these tags will work. Let's see. Do I want to use this kit or bring in another kit? That's I think where I'm coming from right now is maybe I'm going to use a different kit. So I put that on the front, so we're not going to use that again. And I'm thinking about that in the middle, so that wouldn't work. And I'm thinking about those two. You know what? Let's look at, okay, let me go to my stack of my other kits. Thinking about what is going to be in, what do I want to show through there? Oh, how'd that page get there? Here we go. Oh, I've printed so many things over the last week. I decided I print my kits and then I use them up, and then I go to make something and I realize, oh, I don't have that anymore. So none of these would be, now look at that. That's from one of my kits. But again, I have the words going, that wouldn't really fit in there. Great is your faithfulness would, but it's going the wrong way. Okay, that won't work. Okay, so this is the auditioning part when you're making something. I could make a piece that slides in there and then add a word. That would work. I could then add something. I could even write a Bible verse on it. So if I use that piece like that, let's play and see. Let's see if that would work. And then again, then I can use the blue on the envelopes, or do I use the blue in the background? Or I could do both. So that's the decision, some decisions that I have to make. Go back to what I was auditioning, which was the Bible on this side, showing that praying to God, the Christian God, the only one God. Yes, okay, that would work. I'm always hesitant to cut before I glue and cut, and then I realize, oh, it's too short, and then it really makes a mess. So I'm going to do Diane's technique, which is we're going to get all this glued up. We're going to lay that paper down. Then I'll open it back up and trim it right to the fold so that it's exactly on the page the way I want it. And we want this. Yeah, I like the Bible. Oh, look, the way I'm doing it, the Bible will be hidden under this envelope, which that will be kind of interesting, won't it? Okay. Yeah, look, see? Oh, fun, Diane. That's coming together. So as I said, Diane's version is C. Diane put it on there. Now we're going to peel this back a little bit, fold it back a little bit, and then I will trim right along there, and then it will be straighter than if I had cut it beforehand, which I didn't want to do. Okay, that works there. Trim the top off. Yeah, I want to make sure I wasn't cutting something I shouldn't be cutting. That one's gone, and then let's trim this one. Trim this side. Yeah, I don't want to trim the envelopes. And more collage pieces for the envelopes. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, it is. You know, this is why I love Faithart, because I get so excited and so happy. And I feel like I'm making something beautiful. I'm being creative, which we were all made to be creative by the most creative God of all. God, Jesus, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. And then I get to make these beautiful things. Oh, isn't that pretty? Yay, I'm happy about that. And the praying lady is going to be on this side. That's what we decided. Yes, and look how nice that's going to be. Oh, I didn't trim it perfectly when I did it on my cutter. So let me just edge that. There. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, the envelope comes over and she's hidden. Do I want it lower so that she's behind the envelope like we did the Bible? We've got enough to do that. Her face, well, you would just see her praying face. Nah, that works. That works, Diane. That works for me. Okay, let's move. Oh my gosh, you can't see all the stuff that's on the sides of my desk here. I ordered this new rolling cart. I ordered it from Temu, and a couple other things, and they broke my order up, and it says it's actually going to come even earlier than my regular package. So I'm excited because it will be a rolling cart that has pockets on the sides, like that go vertically up this rolling cart. And I want to be able to have all of my papers, all of my digitals in those pockets on the side. Right now I have them stacked up here on my desk, and they stack into each other. So I'm always having to move 5 things to get to one thing. That was my organizational thought, that would really work. So I'll let you know. I keep saying I'm going to do a video in my studio, and I just haven't. I think the day that I decide to do it, I just need to do it messy because I look at it and go, oh, you can't do it today because you didn't clean that desk, you didn't clean that table. I live in Florida, and in Florida, I had a house in Virginia that was 3-level because I have 6 children, and I had a basement that was 1,500 square feet, and that whole entire basement was my art studio. And I moved to Florida, and of course my entire house is 1,500 square feet. So when I found this house that I live in, that when you walk in the front door, you walk into what they have set aside as a formal living room and dining room. Well, when I moved to Florida, I knew I am not having big parties like I used to and all that kind of stuff. And more importantly, I need a studio. So when you come into my Florida home here, and I'm looking right at the front of my house. This is a bay window that my desk is at right now. I look out and look at the whole neighborhood. That is my studio. So it's those 2 huge rooms, and I have a giant table behind me that 4 people can sit at comfortably. There's plenty of room for that. And every Wednesday, we have Bible. We do what we call Creative Haven, which is we all get together and we're doing a Bible study and making faith art at the exact same time. And I was working over off of that desk until I decided to start making videos and realized, no, I need to have a setup, a permanent station. That's what I'm at now. In my bay window is where I'm sitting and looking at. You can't see me, but I'm looking out that direction. All those words to say I just need to take a... Oh my gosh, isn't that gorgeous? Whew. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. About praying. Let's look at the whole thing. Oh, okay, let's see. Is it still going to fold? That's what we're working on here. Is it still folding? Got so much glue and it's still folding. Let's get our bone folder and get those good creases going. I think I'm going to flip it this way too and do it. Get that nice and creased. And I'm going to edge. I didn't edge any of my papers going down because I didn't care as we collage the back that it was going to be edged, but that fits in there nicely, and that needs to stay down, Diane. There we go. So let's do a little bit of an edge on that. Well, we'll do that now because I'm going to cover the envelopes anyway. That paper's good. Ones keep flying out, so we know it's loose. The other ones were so tight. This is coming along so well. Now, why is that envelope looking like we can see so much of it all of a sudden? Oh, I see why, because I didn't cut the papers back enough. Time for the little scissors. I was afraid of trimming the envelope, so I didn't trim that paper enough. Yes, there we go. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, can I have any direction to even get to this? Now it should go like that. Wow. Let's see. Probably a razor thing would have been better, but I don't have one. Does that work? Does that turn those back over better? Yes, it does. Excellent. Yes. Let's do the envelopes. that worked out great. Yes. So here's how it looks when it's all opened up. Very pretty. And here's how it's going to go closed, and then it closes just like that. This will be about praying. Somehow those are sticking out more. Well, I'll work on that. Thanks for joining me. Give me feedback on length of videos, envelopes, and all that fun kind of stuff. And watch for part 2 of what we put inside. Thank you and blessings to you for joining me today in this video. I want to say a prayer as we close this video time together. Now may the Lord of peace himself give you peace at all times in every way, and the Lord be with you all. 2 Thessalonians 3:16.